Hi guys, I need to first find this week's string. I have not even had a spare moment to look at ahead, so take yourself on your browser, go to pattern-collections.com, scroll down, go to the home page, scroll down, go to weekly string, scroll down to week 28. We'll see what interesting, well, that's interesting. That's an interesting string. Okay. Very interesting. Alrighty. So I'm going to draw that string so that I remember it. So it's got a triangle, and then it's got sort of a, like that. That's the general gist of this string. String number 28. And I'm going to try to get as many of these tangles as possible, weekly tangles, onto that string. So, oops, sorry. Glare, and it's turned on us. Okay, so then I'm going to go back home to the home page. I'm going to scroll back down. I'm going to go to pattern focus. Scroll down to this week's patterns. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. Today is April 10th, right? Yes, it's April 10th. This one is called Kyoto. So let me zoom in on it so we can see it good. Kyoto is by Elaine Benefato. I don't believe I've seen this one before. So let's look at it together here. And since I didn't look at any of them ahead of time, usually on Sunday I will peruse them a little bit and maybe practice one or two when I'm doing my drawings on Sunday. But that didn't happen this week, and it probably won't happen for the next few weeks till we get our store open. So, I'm tired. Anyway, looks like we do some circles. And then step 2, you're going to aura the inside of that circle with a little dot. So a bit like Target or something. Okay, so then you're going to make spokes. So far we're drawing wheels, right? And then inside of that, you draw this little curve and then kind of fill them in. And then you can put variations, you can put shading, you can put different, you can overlap them, you can put different things around on the outside part. So, or you color them in. So that's where we're aiming for, is sort of this little overlapping business with these circular thing. Let me get a piece of paper ready. Sorry, I'm not overly prepared today. Just got home from work. We worked almost 10 hours again today. Last week, you know, I was telling you about, and I told you relatively early on, because I'm going to do this again. I'm going to try to get all of my drawings done the first 1 or 2 days of the week, because the week is just really tough. I ended up working over 50 hours last week. Most of my days were 9-hour days. There was one that was even longer. I had one shorter day because I had to go to the dentist, but yeah, and we worked 6 days. I could have worked 7 days, but I chose not to. I can't do that. So I did have Sunday off, which was delightful. I should be drawing while I'm talking. But it's just taken its toll on me. I'm no longer a spring chicken, as they say. But there's another lady who's working just as hard, just as many hours, and she is 14 years older than me. So if she can do it, I can do it. She's a motivating factor. So let's see what we're gonna do. Oh, pardon me, with this string and this tangle. I have a thought. I do, I have a thought. It's a strange thought. So I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do that. Like that. Oh, you're very far away. Let me zoom in a bit. So I'm going to do this pattern in the triangle. To start with, to give me that look. And then I think I'm going to make a rope-like something out of this string. Yeah. Oops. Too zoomed in now. Let's zoom back out. I'm just kind of doing this, and then I'll put the other pattern around this. I want to make these sort of snaky, loopy bits going around. So my poor boss, he has been working non-stop. He's been going in at 6 in the morning and not going home until like around 8 o'clock at night. And he's been doing that for, today would be day 8. And there's no end in sight. He isn't getting a day off, at least not anytime soon, probably not till next weekend. So he'll probably be working 12 days straight on that super grueling schedule, which I don't know how he's doing it. I know he knew what he was getting into when he said he wanted to be the manager of a brand new store, but still, ugh. And he's having to deal with construction people, and the refrigerators are still not installed like they were supposed to be. And so since the refrigerators aren't installed, there's stuff over in departments that need to have their stuff moved. The refrigerators are sitting places where we need to get product on the shelf, and we can't because there's refrigerators there. So it's quite frustrating. He'll he'll get it figured out. He'll get it sorted. Tomorrow, the greeting card department will be set up and installed by, luckily not by us, but by the greeting card people. Thank goodness for that. I get to go in a little bit later tomorrow because I have a dentist appointment again in the morning, so I will be going to work after lunch. I see no reason to hurry to the store until after I know the doctor's going to have to numb me up one more time, and it would be nice to have my face mostly unnumb by the time I get to work. But then I expect that I'll be staying late, which is fine. I was incorrect. I thought we had 53 pallets of totes. We did not. We had 57 pallets of totes. That's a lot of merchandise. Okay, so I'm going to start with that to incorporate that string into my pattern here. And now we're just going to do this pattern, and I'm going to actually just start putting in circles where I want them. And some of them will be overlapping on this pattern and some of them won't. Somewhere in there. I want one here. I want one here. I want one actually overlapping right there. I think I want one here, just a whole one. I think I want a whole one out here. And one here. And a whole one there. And then I think the rest need to be overlapping in some fashion, whether they overlap with my string or they overlap with each other or both. Gives it some interest when it overlaps, right? That, and I think that's enough. Yeah, I could go crazy and fill it up more, but I think that's enough. Okay, so the next step is to make those little auras. I can make them bigger or smaller. I'm going to choose to make them relatively small. And I'm just going to be relatively quiet and kind of get into the Zen zone because I'm so tired. Really am. I know I had Sunday off, but it really wasn't much of a day of rest for me, so as it turned out, went to church, and then after church we went to lunch with our friends, which is a normal course of action. But then after that, we did a little bit of shopping. We bought a couple of roses for the church rose garden. The memorial garden out by the street had two that had died, and we had pulled them up and they needed to be replaced. And we'd actually gone to the local nursery to see if they had Easter lilies that we could purchase to decorate the church for next week, but they don't. However, they had these beautiful roses. So we picked one that was a gold color. I don't remember what its name. It's, you know, obviously I'm not going to remember its botanical name, but its common name. It's some sort of gold, sunset gold or something like that. And then a silver, purple silver one. It was called silver something, but it really was kind of a grayish purple color. Very pretty. Because our rose garden has a lot of pinks and reds. So we wanted something to really contrast that. Okay, so now I need to make some spokes like a wheel, right? And I don't think it really makes any difference how many you do. Whatever feels best for you. And then after we did that shopping, we went to the local, it's called a Minute Clinic. It's a health clinic that's inside a CVS store. In order to do our wellness checkup that is required by my company to get a discount on my health insurance, and that was worthwhile. Everything checked out good. My cholesterol's good, my sugar's good. It was a little high, my sugar, but that's because we had just been to lunch, and so it was still, my body was still digesting my pasta that I had for lunch. That wasn't a good thing. Check your blood sugar right after lunch. But, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Didn't have any time to do that check during the week because I've been working so many darned hours. And the both of us had to do it, so we might as well go together on the day that we had time. And then we had to go to the grocery store. And then we finally got home. It was just a long day. So it wasn't much of the day of rest. And then we had to do laundry. Sunday is laundry day around here. Though I must confess, I don't do the laundry. My husband does. That happened early on in our marriage because he did not like the way I folded his clothes. He's a little OCD that way. And since he didn't like the way I folded his clothes, he decided he was going to do the laundry, and he has done it ever since. So most of the time I don't do the laundry. And that's been just fine with me. Okay, so that's what you do right there. And then you can do either shading or lines in the middle. You know me, I like this little line with a dot, this little eye. I find those very pleasing. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see that better. Like that. I find that pleasing to me. You just go around like so, and then fill in that part, that little V shape that gets made, and you draw those petals. Not very colored in. I shouldn't choose coloring in this late in the evening because I can't really see it well. I looked up in the camera, I could tell better in the camera that I'd not colored that in all the way. To decide what our plans are for Easter Sunday. Oh, there was a small earthquake. Or no, I take it back. The wind just started blowing. That was a gust of wind. Just made all the whole house rattle. Very similar to the sound a small earthquake makes. And I mean a really small one. They happen all the time. Okay. Oh, I'm too zoomed in now. You've seen enough of that. You know how I'm doing it, right? We had a big issue at work today because the trash dumpster that was, you know, one of those great big huge, not just a regular bin, but the whole back end of the trash truck, a full-on construction dumpster, was supposed to have been emptied out on Friday, and the trash company never came and picked it up. So we worked all weekend putting away all the load and everything, and that a lot of it was bulk items that come in boxes. not loose in the totes. And yeah, we had no place to put all the trash. And it was piling up behind the building. That was bad. And I guess they were supposed to come again today, and by like 3 o'clock they still hadn't arrived. And the project manager, he was on the phone yelling at them, and they said something about, well, we have until 6 o'clock. That's what the contract is. Anytime between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. You know, well, 6 p.m. doesn't do us any good, especially when you didn't pick it up on Friday. So it's already full to start with for the day. Yeah, that was bad. So we have trash everywhere. I'm hoping that they eventually picked it up. I don't even know. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't look when I left. I didn't look behind the building, so I don't even know. And then they were painting the stripes in the parking spaces in our parking lot. Repainting all the stripes, even though this was we're taking over an existing building. They wanted it all to look fresh and new and everything, and so they were painting the stripes. So this morning we all had to move our cars. We weren't parked in the right place, and then they wanted to do the other side of the parking lot, so we had to move all of our cars back again. And somehow my vehicle ended up right underneath the power lines. So I've got this big old bird poo on my car. Ugh. I'm gonna have to go to zip over to the car wash. Maybe tomorrow I'll have time to do that. No time today. We stayed too late. And I wanted to come home and draw, because now is a nice quiet time in the house. Yeah, those are kind of fun. What was this called? Coco or Kyoko or Kyoto? We'll get this done, taken care of. I'll see if I can get another one done before I poop out. I don't know. I can usually get 3, sometimes 4 done. I think I'm only gonna get 2 done tonight, which means some of these this week might be a little late. Sorry. Life has to happen first, so. I do miss it when I don't draw. I think about it at work, thinking, oh, I could draw this, I could draw that. I see patterns everywhere. If I had a moment, I would bring my pens to work, but I just don't even have a moment right now. We all take break together and we sit and chit chat and learn about each other, which is a good thing. Okay, a couple more and then we can shade. I like the shading part. You guys know I like the shading part. The shading part makes me happy. So I'm trying to think how else I can use this string. See, that's the other thing that I like about peeking ahead on Sunday, is that Sunday night, usually I'll start dreaming about what I can put and how I can create using the string. And my brain just works overtime. I'm not sure if it ever actually shuts off. I don't know if you guys are like that, but I really don't think my brain ever actually shuts completely off. It's always working in the background. Kind of like having your computer on sleep mode. You know, it's not really off. And all you have to do is kind of wiggle the mouse and it wakes up. That's kind of the way my brain is. All you have to do is, it doesn't take much. You wake me up and then I'm awake because I'm constantly thinking about stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to just do is I'm just going to go and find my overlaps. And that's all I'm really going to do. But that should be enough, really, to give it that oomph. I might want to put a little shading on that, but I think I can do it with just the blending stump without putting any new pencil there. I'll just drag a little bit of extra color around like that. And maybe here. I think I'm going to do, now that I think about it, I am going to do the bottom side of these little rings that I made. There we go. Okay, blendy blendy stick. Well, I think I need the little one. Still haven't had an opportunity to buy those other blending stumps. I should do that. Maybe tonight I'll have a moment while I'm putting my feet up and watching some TV. Oh, what time is it? 7:30. Dancing with the Stars is on tonight. I want to watch that. I like Dancing with the Stars. Of course, there's always that one star that just can't dance, but people vote for them anyway. That's all right. I know that they don't make it all the way to the end, so they just stay in the game longer than they probably should. Trying to pay attention to where I need to blend. Like that. I think that's good. That's a happy little tile. Okay, that wasn't as long. I mean, I thought I was drawing for a really long time. 35 minutes isn't so bad. Okay, so you guys go out and have a blessed day. I will try to squeeze one more in here. Maybe I'll go take a look at what the next one is and see if I think I can draw it in the next 25 minutes before Dancing with the Stars starts. You guys have a blessed day. I will see you tomorrow, and I'll let you know how things are going. Got another dentist appointment tomorrow, so let's see. I'm hoping that this is the last one for a while. You guys can give me some positive vibes. That would be swell. All right, see you guys later. Bye-bye.